Damage 365 Radio with your host Kevin Nasta and John Torrey.
It's time to play the game. Time to play the game. It's all about the game, and how you play it, all about control. And if you can take it, all about your debt. And if you can play it, it's all about pain. And who's gonna make it? I am the game, you don't.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Damage 365 Radio, episode number 16. I am your host, Coach Kev, along with the real number 8, JT, who is in the house via satellite.
And enjoying the weather, I like that.
And also joining us via satellite is Nick the Beard, who's also in the house.
We are all warriors today, Kev. We are all warriors.
We are all warriors. Very sad news, as many already know, the passing of the now WWE Hall of Famer, the Ultimate Warrior. We will have a little audio montage for the Ultimate Warrior later on in the show. We will have a call-in from Vinny the Guido, who is well known around the wrestling business. We will let you know who is celebrating some birthdays, the round number 1 results of the best Winged Eagle champions of all times, and then we'll have a little recap of Warriors of Wrestling from Staten Island last night, including a special guest who didn't have as good of a time as we did, as he took a stunner during the event, but we'll get more into that later. We'll also let you know that we didn't only have one WrestleMania 30 card winners from our contest, but we've had 3. So we'll have to come to conclusions from that as well. But without further ado, let's get right into our happy birthday segment. Shout out time, ladies and gentlemen. At this time, we'd like to wish a happy birthday to current Damage Athletics coach Anne-Marie Turk. Happy birthday, Annie, or as she's known on the team as the General, because she walks right up to you in the dugout, doesn't even say hi, and she just says $5 for the umpire fee. Happy birthday to JT's mom, Donna Olivo. Happy birthday from your little boy, JT.
Happy birthday, Mom. Love you.
Yeah, she's got to be your mom to love you. All right. Happy birthday to past guest, the Juggernaut, John Malice. Happy birthday. Hope your rehab is going well. Look forward to seeing you in the ring soon. And everybody else that's celebrating a birthday out there today with us, we want to wish you a happy birthday. And let's get into our tournament. And it was the all-time greatest Winged Eagle champions from the WWF era, not the WWE era, in my opinion, one of the best looking championship belts ever in wrestling.
Absolutely.
Let's go right into that tournament, because it was pretty good. We had first round, we had The Undertaker taking on Kevin Nash, and it was The Undertaker defeating Diesel in round number 1 to advance on to round number 2. It was the Heartbreak Kid defeating Bob Backlund, setting up round number 2, The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. JT?
Classic WrestleMania matchup right there. I mean, 2 of the best WrestleMania matches I think The Undertaker has ever put on. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say HBK.
Ooh. All right.
How you like it now, huh?
Nick, what do you got?
I was actually, before we started the show, I was actually watching the WrestleMania 25 match. I'm in the middle of that. I'm going to go with JT on this. I'm going to go HBK. I think between his matches with The Undertaker, just being WrestleMania 25, 26, I think that'll, even though Taker won those, I think it'll lead the fans to HBK because of how great he did perform later on in his career. Plus, I think the championship match with Bret Hart, the Iron Man match, I think that'll really lean fans over to HBK side.
All right. I'm going with The Undertaker. Screw you guys. In maybe one of the most controversial matches, it was the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, a man that technically never won the title, but he was recognized for a couple weeks as the unofficial champion, versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, the last man to hold that title. And it was the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, victorious over the Texas Rattlesnake.
Wow.
Sid Vicious versus Andre the Giant, and it was Andre the Giant victorious, setting up the man who gave the title to Ted DiBiase. JT, $1 Million Man or Andre the Giant?
I am completely blown away that $1 Million Man defeated Stone Cold in this bracket. Therefore, I'm going with last tournament victor, Andre the Giant.
All right, Nick?
Again, like JT said, I'm absolutely stunned, no pun intended, that Ted DiBiase beat Stone Cold in that matchup. And like I said last week, I'm never picking against Andre again. So I'm going with Andre in this match.
See, I'm going to go the opposite way because remember, folks, no matter what you think, what year it is, or what you think you might know, everybody's got a price for the $1 Million Man. And I'm taking Ted DiBiase somehow, some way.
Good luck.
It was Hulk Hogan taking on Sergeant Slaughter. And it was Hulkamania running wild. And a match that we didn't think there was going to be a little bit of a somber ending. Now 2 deceased members of this small alumni who held this title. The Macho Man Randy Savage versus the Ultimate Warrior. And it was the Macho Man Randy Savage victorious. The Madness victorious over the Warrior. And it will be Macho Man Randy Savage versus Hulkamania. JT?
It's the Mega Powers facing off once again. And, I always believed since I was a little kid, I heard it from a wise man, Hulkamania will run wild forever. And I'm going to go with the Hulkster on this one.
All right. Nick?
For me, I want to go with Macho. I really, really do. Hulk seems to do very well in damage tournaments, so therefore I'm going with Hulk Hogan.
I can't vote against my man, so I got to go with the Macho Man Randy Savage, despite him never putting the shoulders of Hulk Hogan to the mat ever in his career. I'm still going to go with the Macho Man Randy Savage due to the simple fact that technically sound, he is better than Hogan, and I feel down the road in this tournament, this is going to be the reason why he tips the scale against Hulkamania. Last bracket, we said last week that Nature Boy Ric Flair, due to a very, very luck of the draw, received the first round bye with the uneven amount of seeds. So he automatically in the second round, and he will take on the winner of Bret the Hitman Hart and Yokozuna, and it was Bret the Hitman Hart victorious. So JT in round 2, the Nature Boy or Bret the Hitman Hart?
That's 2 great wrestlers right there. 2 old timers now, but great guys in the ring and outside of the ring. I guess based on experience, I'll go with Ric Flair on this one.
Okay.
I'm wooing all the way.
All right, Nick.
Again, 2 of the best ever to step foot in the ring. Great showmen, great technical wrestlers. I'm gonna go with the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
It's really hard. Ric Flair in his prime was a lot like Bret Hart. A lot of people are only going to remember Ric Flair later in his career. I'm going to go with Ric Flair. I'm going to go with the 16-time world champion. Setting up the round 2, ladies and gentlemen. Bret the Hitman Hart versus Ric Flair. Hulk Hogan versus the Macho Man Randy Savage. Andre the Giant versus the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase. And Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker. Oh, damn it. Can't stop coughing. That's how happy I am. Oh, man. Round number 2. There it is, folks. We'll see next week what round number 2 brings. And it's a small tournament. It's only 15 wrestlers have ever held that title. So it's a small fraternity. And we'll see who's victorious.
Still some big names in there.
Of course. It was a very big era in wrestling when that title was used. Speaking about wrestling, this is a wrestling show, so let's get into some wrestling. Last night, Warriors of Wrestling live from Fun Station USA in Staten Island, New York. Let's go to JT with a total Warriors of Wrestling recap from last night. So take it away, JT.
I will take that away. I have a great recap from last night. If you are from the metropolitan area, anywhere in Staten Island, and you did not come down to Fun Station to see this event, then you missed out big time, because it was a great show from the pre-show match to the last match. Every part of the show I loved. One of the best times I've had in a long time at an independent wrestling event. So props to Warriors of Wrestling. With that being said, let's get into some results. In the pre-show, we see Jay George defeated El Musty. And I thought it was a great match for a pre-show. I didn't even know it was a pre-show. But, it's a good match. Also, we've seen the American Reject Logan Black defeat Chachi via disqualification. And that was also a great match. 2 wrestlers showing some pretty good technical skills. I was impressed.
Let me add something right there, because we don't want to be Chachi bashers. Last time we went to a wild show, Chachi had a rough time, and we do want to say that we said back then that maybe he had an off night, and it wound up coming true. He did have an off night, because we saw him last night, and he was a totally different Chachi from the first time we saw him. So kudos to Chachi.
The Latin lover.
Yeah.
Also, last night, we've seen in tag team action, Fala and Harley defeating Pete Lombardo and Benjamin Quinn. They were actually in action a little bit later in the show, but I'll get into that in a bit. We also seen Scotty Priest and Talon defeat Angel Ortiz and Vic Voorhees in tag team action. And we've seen for the Extreme Rising World Heavyweight Championship, Stevie Richards pitted against the 5-star stud Joey Ace. And it was Stevie Richards coming out on top. Looking great, as always, and I was really impressed with that match as well.
Yeah.
Also, for the No Limits title, we've seen Chris Banks defeat Rude Boy Riley, Mike Verna, and Dirtbag Dan in a fatal 4-way. That match got out of hand, might I say. Good show, though. And then we've seen Team Torment, the tag team champions, at the time defeating the Spirit Squad. After the match, Neptali, their manager, issued a challenge to anyone who wrestled in the back that was willing to take them on. And we've seen Fala and Harley come out and accept the challenge, which I love to see. It's one of my favorite parts of the show. And Fala and Harley actually defeated Team Torment, and they are the new Warriors of Wrestling Tag Team Champions. So props to them, too, for the work they put in and becoming the Tag Team Champions.
Yep.
And actually, in the middle of the event, we were in the middle of the match, actually, between the Spirit Squad and Team Torment. There was a little surprise. I was extremely surprised. I had to run over and grab myself a selfie real fast because Staten Island Clown walked in. If you're from Staten Island, you've heard of the Staten Island Clown. He's everywhere. People are scared of him. They like him. They love him. But he walked in and, he kind of stole the show for a moment. Actually walked into the ring and disrespected Joey B a little bit. So, you know, Joey B had to give him the stunner, which I love. Props to him for that, for holding it down in his federation. And, you know, letting the Clown let it go. So Joey B won, Staten Island Clown 0.
And he rolled his ass right out.
Rolled his ass right out. And also, we've seen for the Warriors of Wrestling Heavyweight Championship, champion Chris Steeler defeated Preacher John Cannon and Michael Massacre in a triple threat match. That was also a great showing, and, you know, just to cap off the matches from that show, I have nothing negative to say about it. No constructive criticism whatsoever. I was just totally impressed. The fans were great. The wrestlers were great.
Standing room only. Standing room only.
You know, it was packed out exactly. Everything was awesome. It was a great showing, and I can't wait till the next show in Staten Island at the same place on May 3rd. I will be there, along with you, Coach Kev.
Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, let's get into our Ultimate Warrior tribute. It's about 6 minutes long, and then when we come back on the back side of that, we'll be joined by our guest, Vinny the Guido, who will be live with us. So without further ado, let's give props where props is due to the late, great, now Hall of Famer, the Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, what a clothesline! Giving a signal here, which would indicate to me a press slam coming up. Look at that. Look at that awesome physique. Puts Hercules and Rude to shame. Big splash. Gibbs is out of it. Is this guy impressive? The answer, yes.
The winner of this bout, the Ultimate
Warrior shook his head.
Get me somebody out here to wrestle. I don't care who it is.
Don't say that.
Don't say that, my man. There's some people back there in the locker rooms who would take this man apart.
We're all waiting here with anticipation as to who the opponent will be. Well, maybe we haven't got an opponent.
Well, maybe we have an opponent, but, you know, maybe he's still lacing up his boots. Who knows, man?
Wait a minute. Somebody's music.
That's familiar music, brother.
They've exploded here in the garden. I don't see anybody yet.
Here is the challenger,
It's the Ultimate Warrior.
One man. Oh, look at him attack.
This place has gone bananas.
Ultimate Warrior, Lord. I mean, Gorilla Monsoon. They're going to take over, man. That's what you do when you want something. You go out and get it, baby.
Ultimate Warrior exploding here on the honky-tonk man. Beautiful fly tackle. The bell is gone and it's officially underway.
Warrior doesn't know what to do. He's so excited.
The title definitely up for grabs here.
Oh, we could get a new champion right now, Gorilla Monsoon. Right now, brother, we could get a new champion. I'm here to tell you.
Splash hooks the leg.
That's
He
it.
got it. History has been made here.
Goodness. I love it. I love it.
Look at this place go bananas.
Pandemonium has run wild in Madison Square Garden, my man.
History once again made here in Madison Square Garden.
the winner of this contest, and new Intercontinental Champion, the Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, beautiful spear job. And the Macho King just about out of it.
That may have saved him, being knocked out of the ring to the floor.
Sensational Queen got out of there in a hurry. Referee counting as Elizabeth looks on, wringing her hands.
I hope she's happy. I hope she's happy.
She didn't look too happy, did she?
No, but that's why she's here, to rub it in.
Another spear by the Warrior.
You know, Monsoon, there can't be a winner. Whoever stays, stays. Whoever leaves, leaves. But the call of this match...
Look at this. It's over.
Oh, my
God,
God, no.
and another. And the Look out, the big splash. 1, 2. He got him! He got him! Unbelievable! The Warriors won the title! We have a new World Wrestling Federation champion!
And new World Wrestling Federation champion, the Ultimate Warrior!
This place has gone crazy!
Unbelievable, Matsu! What a bad...
Can't hear yourself think here. Here he comes. He's running. When you hear this explosion, as soon as they hear that music.
The Ultimate Warrior is something that you want to feel, that you want to taste. You felt the power that makes the skies rumble and the earth shake. I was sitting in parts unknown, wait for the next spaceship, the higher planes, and the lightning bolts came down from the sky.
Look out, the big splash. 1, 2. He got him! We have a new World Wrestling Federation champion. The Ultimate Warrior.
To feel the power of the warrior is to be the Lord.
Is this guy impressive? The answer,
yes. No WWE talent becomes a legend on their own. Every man's heart one day beats its final beat. His lungs breathe their final breath. And if what that man did in his life makes the blood pulse through the body of others and makes them believe deeper in something than larger than life, then his essence, his spirit will be immortalized by the storytellers, by the loyalty, by the memory of those who honor him and make the running the man did live forever.
You know what it is. I run New York. Oh man.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back from that heartfelt tribute of the late great Ultimate Warrior. We now would like to welcome to the show Vinny the Guido. Welcome to the show, Vin.
What's going on, fellas? Let me just start off by saying, cocksucker, motherfucker, fuck shit, fucking pussy.
That's what I'm talking about. He's hardcore.
Oh, man. That didn't take long, did it?
No, not at all. My favorite words are fuck.
You got it out of the way early.
Oh, man.
Fuck and titties. Those are my favorite words right there.
Well, I mean, you got him out without even completing, I guess, a sentence, so that's pretty good.
It's like a tongue twister. You gotta say it 5 times fast.
Oh, boy.
So what's going on, guys?
Not much. We just finished up with the tribute to the Ultimate Warrior. Let me get.
Such a shame, man.
Yeah, let me get that feel from you. You know, you're a guy that grew up during that era.
What are you trying to say? I'm old?
You're probably younger than me, so you're not that old.
I'm 35. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm 39, so yeah.
Oh shit! Wow.
I'm 26.
Nobody cares how old you are. Shut up. You just said happy birthday to your mommy on the air.
Believe it or not, the Ultimate Warrior was my childhood hero. Little did I mean, granted, I've heard a lot of things about him being hard to work with and him being, a dick to the fans and stuff like that. But you want to know what? The man's been through a lot of crap, all right? You know, and God bless his soul. You know, God rest his soul and everything. I mean, to me, he was a great wrestler, regardless of what people say about him. I happen to love his work, and he was a childhood hero of mine. You know, and I mean, the Ultimate Warrior. I mean, come on, a lot of you guys idolized Ultimate Warrior when you were kids too, didn't you?
Absolutely. I mean, I wasn't a big fan of his in-ring, not say style, but it wasn't really much of a wrestler. He was a brawler during that era. I mean, Vince McMahon wanted the big bodybuilding, chiseled-looking guys. So I mean, I understood. I was a Randy Savage fan. I was a Dean Malenko fan.
Well, don't get me wrong. His wrestling sucked. I'm not going to deny that. But he was entertaining, and he related. Like he's the one that got a lot of kids into idolizing him. I mean, the man was how do I say this? He was just entertaining. And, he was entertainment before World Wrestling Entertainment happened, okay?
Yeah. I mean, he had a good look, too. And I was, we're joking around because we see a lot of these wrestlers kind of go with the same look with the frills hanging from their arms. I always said that he ran to the ring dressed up as a girl's bicycle.
Basically.
I gotta agree with what Vinny said about him being a great entertainer and having the kids idolize him. Because, like I stated before, I'm only 26, so I was a kid when he was coming out doing his thing, and I was one of those kids that idolized the Ultimate Warrior and wanted to be somebody like him and look up to somebody like him. And
he brought in energy that has not been matched by anybody.
Exactly. Well, I don't know, Mojo Rawley, or whatever you call him in NXT, he's pretty much got the same energy Warrior had.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. I was just going to say that too. Yeah, there's a lot of guys that, again, like JT said, I'm 26 as well, and I remember growing up watching him, and he was one of those guys that you just that just drew you to the screen. And I feel like a lot of guys nowadays should try and bring that same energy to the ring to just draw the fans a little bit. It doesn't necessarily have to be. Not everybody is going to come into the ring and be a Daniel Bryan or that technical wrestler. Just bring that energy to draw the fans in, and they're going to like it.
NXT more than I like Raw and SmackDown, to be honest.
I mean, a lot of people say that because SmackDown's horrible. Nobody watches that crap. But
nobody watches Raw either unless it's Raw after Mania.
I mean, Raw is okay. I mean, Raw's good. It gets you. I look at it like this: it's 3 hours capping off Monday, which everybody hates Monday. So at least I go to bed like happy, like all right, my day might have sucked, but at least I got to watch 3 hours of wrestling, and then I get on with the rest of my week. But then you get to Friday and SmackDown just ruined any chance of having a good week.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about Vinny the Guido. I mean, I know you did a lot of wrestling as a manager. You did a lot of in-ring things. A lot of controversy, from what I was told. So yeah. So you tell me. You're applying for a job. Who's Vinny the Guido?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I am controversial because I have no problem speaking the truth, speaking my mind. I'm very opinionated, and you know what? If people don't like it, fuck them. I don't give a shit. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you, you can't let people bully you. You can't just say yes to everything. You got to say no. You got to go against the grain sometimes. If you want to be noticed, you got to be different than everybody else. And believe me, I'm far different than anybody's ever seen. So,
and I agree with you 1,000%. I had this conversation with another friend of mine. I said, if you're going to sit your whole life worried about what people think of you, what you're worried about people saying, worrying about people monitoring what you're saying, then you're in the wrong business. Media is not for you.
Well, here's the thing. People may not like me, but they respect me. Why? Because
you don't
I don't
sugarcoat
give a shit
it.
about anything and anybody. I do what I do, and that's it. If somebody's crooked in the business, I'm going to let people know about it. I'm not going to sit there and let people tarnish this industry like they've been doing.
Yep.
It's pretty sad that they have crooked people in the entertainment industry. And it's not just pro wrestling, it's the entertainment industry as a whole. But, there's just so much people that are trying to bring this industry down, and I'm not going to sit there and take it. If people are going to be crooked, people are going to screw people over, guess what? I'm going to let people know about it. It's that simple. And if people don't want to book me simply because I speak my mind and I'm opinionated, then don't book me. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, and we booked you for the exact opposite reason.
If I burn a bridge, it's because I have no plans of ever going back to that bridge. And if people don't want to book me simply because I say it like it is and I speak the truth, then they're crooked and I don't want to work for them anyway. I get plenty of bookings. I do. I get plenty of bookings, and it's because people, these people are trustworthy. But the people who don't book me, you can't trust them because they're afraid of the truth coming out, and that's why they're not booking me. It's that simple. I really don't care if people like me or not.
You know what? Sometimes you have to be like that, because if you start second guessing yourself, you're not going to make it in any line of business. Doesn't matter if it's media, entertainment, retail. It don't matter. If you start second guessing yourself, you're done.
But here's the thing, though. I put asses in seats. That's just it. Fans come to the show just so they can say shit to me at ringside. I generate so much heat that the fans love to say shit to me at ringside. That I get more heat than the sun. And that's the whole part about being a heel, is your job is to get as much heat as possible for the people. And being that I'm a manager, it's my job to get the worker over. It's my job to make sure that they get over huge. It's not about me. It's about putting my wrestler over, and it's about putting whoever he's going against and making him the biggest face in the company. That's what it's about. It's about helping the industry, not hurting it. And that's what I bring to the table. I put asses in seats. I say a lot of things that gets the crowd going, and that's what they want. They want the fans. Here's the thing: the fans want to feel like they're a part of the show.
Right.
So what pisses me off was when I see these 5-star epic matches, okay, but they completely forget that the fans are there, and the fans want to feel like they're a part of the match. So it takes 2 seconds if you got a guy in a headlock to say, hey, what do you think of your guy now? Just like maybe they're like some fat guy in the first or second row. Get them going, Don't sit there and do like all these high spot moves and don't include the fans on your match, because to me there's no psychology there.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is my job is to make sure that the wrestlers get over in their match. And that's what a manager's job is supposed to do.
Have you
be the mouthpiece.
Have you molded yourself or looked to someone as a influence, a positive influence in the wrestling business that you feel that you kind of molded yourself after?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, that's the thing. My character, I'm trying to bring back old school style of managing. None of that new school crap that you see on the independent scene. Like you see all these new school managers and stuff. But the reason why I'm known all over the world is because I bring back that old school style of managing. And basically, I took Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart's loud mouth, and I took Bobby Heenan's heel comedy, and I put it into a completely different character than any of them.
Okay.
Completely different character. I kind of take after Jimmy Hart and Bobby Heenan's work, and I put it into a completely different character, and it works. It works. As a matter of fact, when I started out in 2006, 2007, Johnny Rods happened to have been at one of the wrestling shows at Victory Pro Wrestling at the time, and he fell in love with my work, and he knew I was green and I was new. I was greener than goose shit. But Johnny Rods, took me under his wing, and he trained me for about a year and a half. Like every now and then I'd come down to, I'll go down to Gleason's gym and, and he'll give me some pointers and stuff, and he'll take me under his wing. And Johnny Rods didn't have to do that, and he did that out of the goodness of his heart, and I respect Johnny for that. Johnny Rods is, he's a legend, man. And to me, it was like an honor that he liked my work, and I was green at the time. So, to me, that meant the world to me. And, I'll never forget that. And I'll always love Johnny for that. You know what I'm saying? I'll always love Johnny for that. For those who don't know Johnny Rods, he's a WWE Hall of Famer. So for those who don't know, but yeah, I mean, God bless Johnny for that, because if it wasn't for him, man, I mean, I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna name 2 heel managers, and give me a sentence or less of your opinion on them. Zeb Coulter. Icon.
I followed his work ever since I can remember, like way back in the day. I mean, this man is an icon, and I'm glad he's working with WWE now, because that man is amazing. I love his work.
Okay, and the other one is, you probably already know who it is going to be, but it's Paul Heyman.
Oh, that's my boy right there. I love Paul, man. Paul is, oh man, talk about controversy. I mean, that man he brings a whole new meaning to the word controversy. I love Paul Heyman, man. Paul Heyman's awesome.
We said it last week on the show. I think it was last week, Nick, right? We said Paul Heyman and Zeb Coulter, they just don't get their due.
No, yeah, exactly.
John, you had a question. JT had a question, right?
Excuse me?
You had a question.
Are you going to ask me any ring rat stories, or
well, I think you want. Yeah, well, we're gonna let you get into whatever. I know JT wants to know where you're from.
The island of New York. Long Island, New York.
All right, Long Island, New York. All right.
From the island of Staten.
Yeah, he's from the island of Staten.
The island of Staten.
the shorter island.
Yeah.
All right. So give us maybe your top most controversial story about getting yourself in the middle of something in wrestling wise.
Oh man.
I know there's a lot.
There's so many. It's hard to think of just one, guys. I mean, if you do your research and just look up any of the videos, you see a whole bunch. Remember the old DOI website, guys? I mean, 90% of what you read about me on there was all lies anyway. I mean, come on. They said I stole $20 from Tammy Sitz. They said I turned down sex with Paris Hilton. They said that I'm autistic, my kid's autistic, my whole family's autistic. I almost pissed my pants on a daily basis watching the old DOI website.
Wait, nobody turns down sex from Paris Hilton.
Well, actually, I would, but that's not the point. Granted, it never happened, but if it happened, I'm pretty sure I would say no to it. I mean, God knows I don't want my dick falling off anyway.
No,
I also have a fiance, so I wouldn't cheat on her anyway.
Dick, you got a question?
Well, who do you? I mean, you were saying how you really like Zeb Coulter, you really like Paul Heyman, Mouth of South, Jimmy Hart. Who are some other guys maybe in the ring that you idolize besides the Warrior that we spoke about before?
Well, Dirty Dutch Mantel, I mean, that man is an icon. I mean, he deserves a lot more credit than he gets, I'll tell you that right now.
Well, I think bringing him back, I think is his first step towards, them showcasing him a little to show everybody who didn't know about him of what he's all about. I mean, he's a definite Hall of Famer in my eyes.
I mean, the younger generation wouldn't know anything about the Dirty Dutch Mantel character.
No, they don't.
But anybody who's my age would definitely remember that. I mean, for those who don't know, look up Dirty Dutch Mantel. I mean, the guy is amazing talent. Amazing talent.
I mean, a lot of people love him now because with this whole We the People.
Dirty Dutch Mantel character better, to be honest.
He just gets to say the things live that we're all thinking, but we're not allowed to say it. But he is, because it's entertainment.
Exactly.
So this is how you get away with what you get away with.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, well, for me, it's not that I get away with it. It's just I don't give a fuck. If I get away with it, that's great. But even if I don't, I still don't give a fuck. It is what it is. I go against the grain because, that's just the way it is. But, but when it comes to working with promoters, I mean, I'm promoter wants me to do. I'm very easy to work with. It's just that don't fuck me over and don't fuck over people. You know, that's all I ask. Don't fuck people over and we'll be good, you know.
Nah, I mean, that's pretty much the way it is. It's, you know, you're showing good at work ethic and you expect people to, you know, hold their deal. If they agree to something, then I'm doing my part, you do your part. So
I don't care if we lose on every single match. It doesn't matter. Let me tell you something. Here's the thing. A title is something, all it is a prop to build a story around. The titles in pro wrestling don't mean shit. It's given to you in a fucking storyline. So why people give a shit whether they get the strap or not is beyond me. I mean, just do what the promoter tells you to do, get your money and leave. Why do you care if you win, if you lose every match? You should be thankful you're even fucking working. Shut the fuck up and do what the promoter wants you to do.
I mean, it's no different than baseball. You can lead the league in losses, but you know what? You got to be good enough to be put back in there every day to get those losses.
But this is it. This is pro wrestling, though. This isn't mixed martial arts or boxing. You're not earning a title. These titles are given to you in a storyline. So why a wrestler begs a promoter, I want to be champion. If I don't get the strap or if I don't start winning matches, I'm not going to work anymore. Then good, fucking leave. If I was the promoter, I'd tell him get the fuck out then. You know, I believe that you should respect the promoter because the promoter is the one that's giving you a job and a chance to work. So just do what the promoter wants you to do, get your money, and go home. It's that simple. You should be thanking the promoter for allowing you to work at his shows. Now, I can't stand it. I can't stand it when I see workers disrespect the promoters that's giving them the work. It boggles my mind.
Have you had the displeasure of being around anybody that's been like that, begging for the title?
I've seen it happen. I mean, I'm not going to call anyone out on it, but I've seen a lot of workers bitch about their spot in the promotion, and you know what? I tell them, I pull them aside sometimes. Sometimes I just don't say anything. I let them find out the hard way. But if I'm friends with them, I say, look, man, they're giving you a job, man. Just, I try to explain to them, look, just do what they want you to do, and that's it. It's, because if a promoter gets frustrated, they will tell the person goodbye,
Yeah, and then you got to bring that reputation with you somewhere else, and you might not even get another job.
Yeah, I mean, I have a reputation completely different than everybody else. I mean, a lot of people, especially haters, they'll go around saying a whole bunch of shit about me. They'll even make up lies about me. Let me tell you something. I don't care what people say about me. I know what the truth is, and to me, that's all that matters. As long as I know what the truth is, that's all that matters to me. I don't care. People can spread rumors. They could make up lies about me. Whatever helps them sleep better at night, I don't give a fuck. I mean, apparently, if they're talking about me, apparently I must have some effect on their life. So apparently, to me, that's a compliment if they're talking about me, whether it's negative or not. Because I got news for you. Negative attention is a hell of a lot better than positive attention because people pay more attention to negativity than they do positive shit. That, my friends, are a fact.
Yes, they are.
You're absolutely right. I can't agree with that anymore.
If they're talking about me, more power to them. I mean, thank you. That's all I got to say about that is thank you because, apparently I have some effect on their life if they're talking about me. So, I love my haters. Let me tell you something. Haters are my number one fans because the haters are the ones that pay more attention to you than the people who like you. And that is a fact, too.
If you're in the public eye and, it's someone like you who, people know because of the wrestling business and the entertainment business and, you even if you didn't try to, you're going to make some enemies because that's just the way it is.
Yeah, dude, if I take a shit sideways, I'll fall off the toilet. Every dirt sheet known to man. It'll be breaking news. Vinny the Guido falls off the toilet bowl. Like, it'll be all over the place,
Yeah, we definitely don't need to be reading that on you.
Yeah, exactly. Shit. Or new news at 11. Vinny the Guido gets his dick caught in a zipper. Like, it'll be all over the place. Are you kidding? Shit. But like I said, more power to people. People can hate me all they want. I still love everybody, man. That's it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no hate. Everybody hates. There are people that hate me. I don't know why. I don't hate them. So
All right, Ben, we're going to put you on hold. We're going to go a little overtime on the show. I need to just close out this segment, and then we're going to come back with our extended time. So let me just close this out. So hold on 1 second.
All right, cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're closing out the first version of episode number 16. We're going to come back in a couple of minutes with Vinny the Guido and get a little more inside of the business that he's been involved in all these years. We'd like to thank everybody that was involved for episode number 16. Next week on the show, we'll have Kat Green and former American Gladiator Zap and a recap from Jersey Championship Wrestling in Brick, New Jersey. So just hold on, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes.
There you go.